here first is at least we have a little screenshot of what the home screen looks like. So as I was saying before, we have the 8 navigation tabs at the top. You want to? Yeah, that would be great. I won't be able to show everybody. So again, you can go into these, you can identify with either high school students, post-secondary. I know a lot of people will be more in the educator counselor tab or education training seekers. And I'll tell you a tip right now, I did not know this until this year. The educator counselors tab has every page that's on ALICE is housed under the educator counselors tab. So what they do from there is they pull information off of that tab and put it into other user tabs that it relates to. So you're not going to miss anything if you go through educator counselors. Okay, it's all there. The quick links here on the side, these are just the top links that people use on the ALICE website. So things like EdInfo, AucInfo, loans and grants, scholarships and bursaries, those are all right there. And like I said, those aren't going to change on you. Those will be there consistently. The middle of the page is going to get you to the exact same information if you use it to navigate that you would get to if you navigated through the tabs at the top. So it's just a different way of looking at it. This is by topic, and this is by user. That's it. So no worries there. The bottom of the page, if you are on ALICE on a weekly basis, or every day, I'm sure some of you are, I would really recommend using the bottom of the page. I think it's looked over quite a bit, and what it does is just introduces you to new information. So you'll have the weekly features, like a weekly tip sheet. And this week it is, can I read that?
Go on that right now.
Oh, yeah. Bridging the generation gap at work. That's the weekly tip sheet. So that's another thing I didn't know before the tip sheets. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tip sheets on ALICE, which are fantastic. This is a good way to be introduced to them. The weekly occupation, I think, is Baker this week. You get to watch a video on it. So I would really, really recommend taking a look at those if you are on ALICE quite a bit. That's the home page. Now, what I was going to show you is if you click on planning your education right here, you are going to get to the exact same page you would get to if you went to high school students planning for post-secondary, exact same page. Or if you went to post-secondary students planning for post-secondary, it's going to come up. So I guess that's one of the main points is don't feel like you're going to miss out on information if you decide to navigate one way versus the other. Any questions on the homepage? Search. I work with so many post-secondary students, and they use this search function to navigate any web page now. And you can do that. Type in upgrading in the search function up here, and you will get tip sheets on upgrading. You will be taken right to the post-secondary tab on upgrading. So another good way to search for information. Okay, I'll try to go quickly.
No, don't go quickly. Go slowly and loudly.
Okay, for the people, I keep forgetting these online people.
I think the people in the room are good with slowly and loudly as well.
Okay. So did I miss anything? No, that's about it. I talked about the Ed Counselors tab being the main one. Okay, so now let's look at some of the marketing URLs. I can actually use this. You can still do one thing. So work search, Alberta Work Search Online. This is the sub-site, I guess you could call it, to ALICE. So when you get to the work search, if you go to this website, you get to another whole website that looks like ALICE, but it was just so much information, they actually put it on its own separate site. So it's going to have navigation tabs at the top by topic. I wish I could show you. I'm sorry. So anything you need here, if, like I said earlier, people already have the skills they need, they already have the education they need, and it's time to find that job, this is where you would take them. It's going to provide them information on resume building, applying for jobs online, networking. It's going to link them to a bunch of networking opportunities and what networking actually looks like. A lot of people don't understand that most of the jobs that people are getting today come through networking. I mean, they don't come from applying to a posting online anymore the same way they used to be. Now, that being said, we still have online postings that they can access as well. I kind of got ahead of myself. protect your identity and privacy online. It talks about that as well, which is a really big one. So it goes through using LinkedIn in those type of websites and how to use those professionally and what to be aware of if you do want to go that route. So that's the work search. So when you get to the work search, it's going to look exactly like Alice, but you're going to be off Alice. Okay? Okay. I don't know how else to explain that, but that's the best I can do right now. The hotline is fantastic. It provides the exact same information you're going to find on the website, but you can actually talk to somebody. So if you have a client or if you personally would rather talk to somebody to get the information you need, you're getting frustrated trying to find it through the website, pick up the phone and call the hotline. They will answer your questions. These career advisors are fantastic. And not just about work search. They will help you with education planning. They will help the e-resume review service. Does everybody know about that? You can send in your resume and they will review it for you and send it back with suggestions and tips. So it's pretty awesome, completely free of charge. We're going to get into, there's an actual marketing URL for the resumes, and I'll talk about that a bit later, but this just portals that information and brings you right to the hotline. So it's a 1-800 number you can call. Career Insight. Has anybody been on Career Insight? No, it's fantastic. You know how everything on Alice is information, a lot of PDFs, a lot of reading, right? The Career Insight is another sub-site of Alice, and what it is an actual career and education planning resource. And you go through the 4 steps of career planning, and you save your profile. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. You do assessments. And what it does is it actually builds a career plan for you, a personalized career plan, based on how you answered a lot of the assessments. And you can save your profile for up to 5 years on this, so you can start, you know, if you only have 20 minutes, do a couple of assessments and come back to it 3 weeks later and continue where you left off. What else can I tell you about that? I think the coolest thing about this is it doesn't just direct you to information, it actually builds that personalized career plan for you. So if you have people at that stage, I would really recommend going to this. And they can access their profile from any computer as well. So Career Insight. Okay. Any questions? Yeah, I'll show you. We'll get to that. Well, we're going to get to that. It's actually just alice.alberta.ca/resumes. Yeah. And there's templates on there. It's fantastic. Does anybody use CertInfo? We have CertInfo. We have a group of sub-sites called the Info site. So that's AucInfo, EdInfo, CertInfo, and WageInfo. Those are the ones that I mentioned earlier that are actually updated by industry and by the post-secondary institutions. And this is done at least on a yearly basis, if not more so. So the information you find on these databases is very up-to-date and accurate. And it's all Alberta specific. So it'll actually tell you right on any of the profiles once you get to the databases when they were last updated. So what CertInfo does, and this is great for anybody that works with foreign trained professionals, it'll show you what you need to practice a profession, what designation you need to practice within Alberta. There's a lot of commonly asked questions on this website, and the main one being, what if I receive my designation outside of the province? What do I do? And it links you to information about that. It links to all the professional organizations within like the nursing profession, anything where you need a designation. That's CertInfo. Okay, questions? No. Job loss. Again, this is just, it portals a whole bunch of information by topic. Is it anybody dealing with this? I know probably over 4 years ago it was a little bit bigger than it is right now. But if you do have a client coming to you that has gone through this portals all that information for them, what they need to be thinking about right now. How to search for other work is always a really tough one when you've been in the same industry for a long time. How to cope. There's a lot of tip sheets on just how to cope with the situation and how to normalize what you're going through. That's job loss. EdInfo is my absolute favorite of the info sites. Has anybody used EdInfo? Okay. It portal together, it's a database of all the educational programs available in Alberta, credit-based programs, so we are looking at the official post-secondary institution programs. You can go there and you can search by program. So if you want to be a masseuse, a massage therapist, you type in massage therapist, you search by program, and it'll show you there's 53 programs in Alberta that will provide you with this designation. And you can go down the list and it shows you who offers them, and if you click on one of the profiles, it tells you exactly what you need to get into that program. A lot of people aren't going to be dealing with high school marks at this point, and so it's going to show you if mature student status will get you into the program. And oftentimes it will, and I have to say that is, I think a lot of people are scared away from going into post-secondary education because they think I don't have the right credential. And I shouldn't say this. Yeah, we definitely do support getting your high school diploma. But if you don't, tons of ways to get involved in post-secondary education without it. If you're over the age of 21, 24 for some institutions, they'll accept you based on a lot of your prior learning assessment. So I would call the institution if you have anybody that's in that boat. Okay, it's definitely not hopeless. We had a lot of questions about GED. If that's worthwhile, then again, if the purpose is to go on to post-secondary education, I would really figure out what program you want to take and then talk to an advisor from that program before you go ahead with the GED program to see if it's worthwhile for you, if they're going to accept it even. So that's just a little note on that. Ed Info, you can also search by school and region. So if you want to stay within Grand Prairie, you can search the schools available in Grand Prairie. You can search by distance education. So if you know that that's the only way you're going to attend post-secondary, you can find out what programs are offered by distance education and what institutions offer them. But I think the coolest part is it shows you the entrance requirements right there. So it's a great planning tool. This is the resume one. And I just couldn't believe how much information there is on resume building. There are templates available, so they can just plop their information right into the templates that are available through this link. It also links you again to that online where you can submit your resume online and they'll review it for you, the Career Information Hotline. They give you tips on updating your resume, the look and feel of the resume, how to make it professional, all that. So you can definitely just sit somebody down at this website and let them go for about an hour, and you don't need to do a lot. All the information is right there. Job postings. Has anybody used the job postings available on ALICE? So there's different ways you can search for job postings. You can search for regional job banks if you just know you want something, again, within Grand Prairie or Slave Lake. You can, public service, so the government job postings are on there. Employer job banks by industry. I think this is the one that I've used most with people. So you can look at education, oil and gas, who's hiring in the oil and gas, all those links will be right there. Employment agency job banks are on there too, student job banks, so it just depends on who you're working with. Pretty self-explanatory. Info, again, this is one of my favorites. It's another one of those databases. You can search any occupations in Alberta and it's going to bring up this whole profile on personal characteristics required for this job. So what type of people are successful in this job? Where can you go to get schooling in Alberta to work in this industry? Just trying to go through all this. It tells you salary at the bottom, which I work with a lot of students and they love that. They go straight to that part. I try not to encourage that, but that's what they're interested in. And it also will provide you, if you read through the profile and you think, you know what, this is okay, not quite for me, it shows you related occupations at the very bottom that you can search, then that you can click on and go into. It'll show you professional organizations that are associated with those occupations or with that specific occupation. So it's a great way for people to research and to find more information on where to research those positions. We recommend that people job shadow and talk to people in the industry, and this is a great way to get that information. It's like, great, okay, I'll talk to people in the industry. Where do I find out who's willing to talk to me? And this will help you with that. What else does it tell you? Yeah, personal characteristics, advancement opportunities as well. It will look at where this occupation what is that called? It's not the economic outlook, but will there be positions available 5 years from now? It does go into that as well. I think that is the major thing with AucInfo. People can search alphabetically. They can search by industry. They can do personality inventories on AucInfo, and jobs will come up that are related to what they chose on the inventory. So there's many different ways to search as well. The videos, if you have people that would prefer to watch somebody talk about their experience in an occupation, the videos are a great place to go. And there's a video for almost every single occupational profile on the website. Don't know what else to say to that. I think that's about it. It also shows you here, there's the Alice Health videos. So if you're having trouble navigating Alice, I was going to show you one at the very beginning. It does. They're great. They do have people that go over the website with you. So if you have somebody sitting with you that's new to the website, that might be a good way to introduce them to it, as opposed to trying to explain it like I'm trying to do. I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel bad. Rocket Fuel. This was a brand new website to me. It's for people that are interested in being entrepreneurs. And it looks completely different. When you go to this website, it doesn't look anything like Alice, but it provides all the information that anybody looking at opening their own business is going to need in Alberta.
Actually, Kathy, maybe at lunchtime, if anybody wants to come up and play, because we do have an internet connection, it is connected to our online guests, but they will go to lunch, and they won't care, they won't know what we're doing here. So we can rob that connection for you, for people to come up and play with this.
Yeah. And that's always the best way to do it, I find, too. It's one thing to show you how to use it, but it's another thing to have somebody sitting with you when you are navigating and those questions come up. So I'd be really happy to do that. Scholarships and bursaries, you can, again, there's about 20 different ways you can navigate to the scholarships through the Alice links, but you can go right to it using this marketing URL. There's a couple of different databases on Alice that link you to scholarships. One will link you specifically to government scholarships. Another one is called Scholarship Connections, which I send people to, so Scholarship Connections. And it links people to not only the government scholarships, but also private scholarships available for students in Alberta. And it's absolutely amazing. I do have to say there's a lot of scholarships that go unclaimed. And it's not just for students, mature students, wherever you're at in your education journey, there's a scholarship for you. And I would just say apply. That honestly, have people look at it and apply. Bursaries are on there as well. That's it. So on this website, you can search for them based by where you are at. Like I said before, if you're an undergraduate student, a mature student, if you're a graduate student, so you can search that way. You can also search by, oh, I wish I had it in front of me. You can search by deadline if you're kind of getting right to the end of it and it's like, I need that extra $500. Is there anything to apply to still? You can search that way. A lot of scholarships for underrepresented groups in the post-secondary system as well, and you can search that way. So, student aid. Does anybody have any questions on the student aid program? I guess it's a little bit different than Alice, but if you come across student aid, they kind of rebranded themselves last year. So this is the student loan program in Alberta. And they have, if you go to the website now, if you go to this website, you're going to get a page that's really about financial literacy now. It's not about applying for the student loan. So it gives you a whole bunch of options to pay for your post-secondary. It tells you stories of how other people have paid for their post-secondary with their current situation. And then from here you can link to Student Aid Alberta, which is where you go to apply for the loan. So I think Alice, I have to give them credit, they've done a really good job with turning that into more of a financial literacy site, or homepage at least. So yeah. There has been some changes to the Student Aid program as well. They don't look at parental income anymore. I'm sure a lot of you aren't dealing necessarily with those type of questions, but they've made it less of a barrier, I guess, to pursue your post-secondary education. The tip sheets. The tip sheets are fantastic, so you can go straight to them through this URL, and you can search by topic. You can search by your audience if you have somebody who has a disability looking to go back to school or get into the workforce. There's a whole bunch of tip sheets on what their rights are going back into work, what that looks like in an educational environment. I mean, there's tip sheets on everything. Of course, all that's coming to me is the post-secondary planning side of things, since that's what I'm familiar with, but I would really recommend spending 5 minutes looking at the tip sheets that are available. Transfer Alberta is where you can go to find out if your credentials the post-secondary credentials transfer into another program. There's a lot of laddering opportunities available to people. They can start off by doing a diploma or a certificate in a field, and they can advance from there. And this is where you find out if you can actually use that diploma to move on to a degree or a certificate. Information on PLAR is on here as well. So you can get straight to the prior learning recognition. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's right here, so it's right on this marketing URL. Wage Info is the last of the info sites. It's that database. And again, the kids that I deal with absolutely love going to Wage Info because they can say, I want to make $120,000 a year. What in Alberta can I do? It'll get me that money. They can search that way. Again, I don't think that's the best way, but that's just my personal opinion. This is wonderful, though, for people going into interviews, because oftentimes you get asked, well, what are you expecting as a salary in this position? And this is where they can go research to see what other people at their current level of employment are getting in that industry, and then you have a really solid answer for that. So that's what I would recommend this website for. Part-time jobs, too. Sometimes people's reality, I need to make this much money for a part-time job to make ends meet, and they can go here to find out what that will be. So those are some of the major marketing URLs that are available. I wanted to show you, I'm trying to think of a tricky way to do this. I wanted to show you how you navigate the web or the home page to see where you are, and I'm going to try to explain it the best that I can and make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to slideshow. Okay. So let's say I have clicked on Education Training Seeker. Okay. Once you're on there, you're going to have middle content that's right here, and then you're going to also have a left-hand navigation bar as well. You can navigate the information either way. It doesn't matter. You're going to get to the same information, essentially. The center section has more context, has more writing. That's all. You get to, if you're exploring the web page, I would recommend navigating through the center. But if you know exactly what you want to go to, I would navigate the left-hand side. So, for example, again, if I go to Education Training Seekers, and I want to find out about post-secondary planning, there's going to be a lot of text in the center. You can read through it, and you're eventually going to get to that link, post-secondary planning. Or I can look on the left-hand side and see that's one of the indented links down here, and I can click right on it. Whatever page you're on, you're going to know where you are because the tab will be highlighted in bright yellow, and it's also going to show you in the left-hand navigation where you are based on indents. There's little arrows next to titles when there's more information under that topic. If there's no arrow next to your title, you're on the last page. There's no more information. This is it. Again, I'll use the planning for post-secondary option. I can get to that planning for post-secondary page through high school, post-secondary, education trainers, or training seekers, and education counselor tab. Exact same page, exact same information. The difference, and it depends how you click on it, you're going to be on different tabs. I don't know how else to explain that. But the information will be the same. That's usually all it is. I wish I could show you guys. Does that make sense though? So if you round out a page and you're like, this is great information, I want to get back there, all you have to do is look to see what tab is highlighted. That's where you go, and then you'll see under here, like it would be, you can observe one down and then like two down from there. So you just navigate using that. The tabs on the side. I'm doing a horrible job at this. Oh, is there any questions so far? No? Was there anything you guys were dying to know about Alice?
Everybody just go play with it, see how it is.
Honestly, I would recommend it. It's hard to do in your job. But if you have half an hour, I would spend the time to do that.
Yeah, I might actually resolve your issue.
Oh, really?
Well, we're going to test the theory.
Okay. This would make me really excited if I could just show you the highlighted tab for some reason. I just want to show you what it looks like. Okay.
All right, so this is what the online folks are seeing right now. And so hopefully this will still work for them at the same time. So,
okay, so let's go.
Where do you want me to go?
Let's go to, actually, can we go to the home page? Let's click on, oh, and this is always going to get you back to the home page if you click on the logo right there. Took me forever to figure that one out. Okay, so like I was saying before, let's scroll up here a little bit. Sorry, just to get up to the center of the page. Let's click on Planning for Education. In the center of the page, sorry.
Planning. Okay.
In the blue. In the blue, yeah.
Planning for education, planning for career, planning
Third
for
one down.
This one?
Yeah, oh yeah, that one, there you go.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here and failing. Okay.
Did it click? Try it again.
Planning for education?
Yeah. Oh, it did. Sorry, you guys, it did. Okay. Sorry. Now let's go planning for post-secondary. Okay. So we see by clicking on that, it's taken us to the Educator Counselor tab, and we are under Education Planning, and you can just tell that by the indentation. We're the second indent down, so we're under Ed Planning. I'm under Planning for Post-Secondary. Now, if I go to high school students, the tab in the top left. Let's go. What education is right for me? The third one down. So Planning for Post-Secondary. And it's going to be the exact same page that was over there. It's just a different way to navigate to it. That's it. So I just wanted to show you guys. Is there any questions about that? I find it makes it really easy to figure out where you are and how to get back to it. Okay, let's scroll over to the far right of the page and go to first of all, let's go to Workplace Resources. This was, has anybody used this tab before? No, I had no idea that it existed. I never used it, and it's beautiful. It talks about rights and responsibilities at work, enhancing the workplace, managing work relationships. So if you are dealing with people who are having those topics come up where they could use some of that information, this is a great, great place to go. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. So let's again go to the far right of the page. So go to e-products and services. Has anybody used this part of the website? There are so many free publications available to you through this site here. It's fantastic. So you can get to the Career Information Hotline, which we talked about earlier, through the marketing URL. It's another way to get to it. So let's go to publications. Thanks. And let's go. There's different ways you can search. I, for some reason, like to go to this place to find what I need. You can also go alphabetically, PDF products. There's different ways you can search. So let's go view by audience. So the drop-down menu there. Yeah. And let's click on low literacy. And just search. You just have to click on search, yeah. So then if we just scroll down, it'll show us all the publications that come up for this audience. And I mean, does it tell us how many there are? I think there's probably about 12 or 15 for low literacy. And all you have to do is, they're all free of charge. If any of them interest you, you just click in there how many you would like, and you place your order at the bottom. If you've ever used online shopping, it's the exact same thing. That's the kids seem to get that one. I don't know. You can download the publication as well. So if you have somebody that would prefer to look at it online, you can do that. Okay, now I'm going to go to tips. So let's go back up to the top of this page. And scroll to the left. So the tip sheets are also found under this tab. And let's go search by audience. And let's go, what do you guys want to look at? Let's go people with disabilities, see what comes up. Yeah, so we can just keep scrolling down. These are all updated on a yearly basis, these tip sheets. So if we just click on one, let's go finding work opportunities as a person with disabilities. And if we scroll down, most of these will provide you with information. They will also, of course this is the one, most of them will link you to more information as well. So it's another way of searching. Alice just has many different ways of getting you back to a lot of the same information. So I would just don't be intimidated by the size of the site. Again, you're not necessarily gonna miss anything. Yeah, so there you go, I'll get different links. What else did I want to show you? Let's go up to the top. Is there any questions so far, you guys? Let's scroll to the left. Actually, no, let's just go back to the home page. So again, let's go up here. And let's go to Career Explorers right now. So when you're on a tab, when you're on one of these tabs, every single tab is going to look the same as well. You're going to have information off to the right that basically is just links to things that might be of interest to you if you were on this tab. So it's another quick link type of option. Yeah, see exactly right there. And then if we scroll off to the left, the information that you can get right here is also right here. Just to demo that, okay? That's what I was talking about before. Just depends how you want to navigate, what you're comfortable with. Some people like to get straight to the topic, others like to read to find out what topic they're actually interested in. So that's really, I went through that really quickly actually. Do you guys, is there any questions? Yeah, completely free of charge. Yeah, completely. And I would say that's, I mean, obviously a lot of people are trying to cut back on publications now, but PDFs are there as well. So those are great resources. Can I show you a couple of publications that are some of our favorites? Maybe I'll do that. So if we just scroll to the left of the screen there, or sorry, to the far right, and we'll go back to e-products and services. Where? Oh, sorry, e-products and services. Yeah, you got it. And now let's go to publications. Well, you know what? There's also, I should tell you guys about this, the e-newsletter. This is going to come up everywhere on the website. I would recommend signing up for it. You'll get an email. I think it's quarterly. Is anybody currently getting it? No, and it just gives you information, provides you some information about the website, what's new, what's happening on Alice. So it's a great one to stay up to date and informed. So yeah, publications. Okay, let's go to search by audience again. And let's go to, no, that's not the best one. Actually, sorry, I'm changing my mind. We'll just get out of there and just go search. If you press search, all of the publications that are available will come up. And you just scroll down a little bit. Oh, let's try that again. Did you think it's doing anything? Okay, let's go view alphabetically. Another way to get to it. Oh, sorry, up in the top left. Yeah, we got it. Okay, it's just not going to do it. That's fine. Let's type in the keyword or phrase section. Type in "this is your life," and then search. And okay. This is Your Life is one of my favorite publications. It goes through the career planning process and takes people through ALICE, so they get to write everything down, so they walk away with a career plan. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's go back to the home page. And I'm just going to quickly show you the info sites. Have we just lost internet access?
Well, I'm just wondering.
If you're ever going through ALICE and something is not working for you, this is a great little segue, you can go to feedback. There's a feedback link at the very bottom and at the top of the page, and there's people there that are constantly monitoring that. You can let them know what's happening. Okay, awesome. So let's go. I want to go to the quick links, which is on the far left. Let's go to occupational profiles. Okay, so this is where I was telling you it looks completely different. So all of the info sites are going to have this honeycomb shape. It really doesn't matter, but that's how you know where you're at. Let's go search by, what was the first student? Search by title. And let's go dentist. Yeah, you can do it either way. You can type it in. But the bad thing about this is if you misspell it, Google will have no idea what you're talking about. It's not like Google, so that's something we should update. But let's go to dental hygienist. That's fine. Or, yeah, dentist. Is anybody, are people familiar with this? Yeah, okay, then we'll move on. We'll close it. The other, you can get to the other info sites by right here. And there's also related resources there as well. So again, like they just give you tons of options to navigate to the information you need. You can close out of this. And now let's go to Career Insight quickly, which is at the very bottom of the quick links on the far left. Yeah, good job. You can just, if you want to make that, oh no, we don't want to make it big. You scroll to the bottom of the page. This is what I was talking about, where people can set up a profile and actually go through the 4 steps of career and education planning and save their information, and we'll have a personalized career plan developed for them. So this is why do you want to log in? Why would you do this? It tells you exactly why to create that personal plan. You complete quizzes and exercises in each of the 4 steps. You can print off the plan when you're done or keep it on an online profile, completely up to you. So it's a great starting point if people don't know where they need to go. Completely free too. A lot of those things are charged now, so that's I guess ALICE in a nutshell. And I think the big thing again is just you can get to the same site so many different ways on ALICE. It's however you like to navigate, whatever's intuitive to you. Okay, well thank you for being patient with our technology issues. And that's it. I will wait around here lunchtime, so if you do have questions or want to try something out with me, I'll be here. Thank you.